On this episode of SHS Today, we have yet another student feature on senior Katie Gilbert, another installment of Dude, Let's Try It, and a feature story on what it takes to make our yearbook. All this and more on another episode of SHS Today. Good afternoon, Celine. I'm Taylor Nunlee.
And I'm Kyle Wagner.
And welcome back to another informative episode of SHS Today.
Let's see what's in store.
The Run for Your Life Fun Run is May 14th. This is a 5K run and will take place at Henny Field. All proceeds will go to the American Cancer Society, and the race will begin at 9 a.m. and end at 3 p.m. They have already raised over $43,000 for their cause. Let's show our support and get that number even higher.
Believe it or not, the school year is almost over, and with that brings the yearbook. But how much effort goes in creating this memorable piece of work?
We now go to Ben Johnson to give us an inside look.
Hi Celine, I'm Ben Johnson. Towards the end of the school year, we get to see the yearbook. This compilation of events is made by the school's very own yearbook class. I go and talk with some of the members to see what goes into creating this collection of memories.
So it kind of speaks to a couple different kinds of students. Students who enjoy writing, but also are interested in the creative piece to it, the layout and design. Photographers like to take the class too, but not everybody's a photographer, not everybody does layouts. Everybody kind of finds their strength and uses that in the class.
I took this class because I took yearbook in middle school and it was really fun, and I was interested in taking pictures for the high school and learning more about that.
Really anybody who's interested in knowing what's going on in the school and willing to work hard.
This year's all-female staff consists of only 15 students. We talked to them about some of the challenges they face with such a small staff.
We have deadlines, so we have 5 deadlines a year, and so it depends on what your job is in yearbook, how long it will take. So usually people have 2 pages per deadline, which a deadline is usually about a month.
It really takes a lot of effort and a lot of time outside of school to go take pictures and to interview people. It's definitely not a class you should take lightly, for sure.
This book, this year, that's going to come out in a couple weeks, it's a great book. We're doing it a little differently this year. We are adding a lot more pictures and a lot less story type thing. It's just a lot more visual, and it's going to be a great book.
If you are considering taking yearbook, I would definitely apply. I mean, it's a lot of fun. You're gonna have a lot of fun if you join.
I'm Ben Johnson. Back to you in the studio.
This year, the yearbook class won a gold standard at the Michigan Interscholastic Press Association Spring Conference. Good job, ladies, and thank you for all the time and dedication you put into this yearbook.
The Saline Area Schools Art Festival will be held today from 4 to 8 p.m. and on Saturday and Sunday from 1 to 8 p.m. There will be assorted events taking place there, such as face painting, art games, and raffle prizes. Come out and see your fellow students' great work.
3 years ago, we told you about a freshman who rode her bike to school every day. Now, as a senior, she is still keeping that tradition alive. Here comes a blast from the past as we revisit Katie Gilbert.
Hi, I'm Lexi Morgan. Back in 2013, we talked to freshman Katie Gilbert about riding her bike to school every day. 3 years later, she's still riding. We talked to Katie to see what inspires her to ride a bike every day.
I think I'll continue riding a bike through high school because I can't picture myself riding the bus or anything. I ride my bike to school every day. I've been riding my bike to school since 8th grade middle school year. I really enjoy biking, and I like that I can have some independence even though I don't have a car, so I don't have to wait for a ride after school.
Katie also tells us about what she enjoys outside of riding her bike.
Mostly ride horses. I really like having a connection with the horse, and I like the power that the horse can give you. It's a lot harder to crash a horse because usually they'll stop before you run into something. I'm still planning on riding my bike a lot. I might have to get a car, but mostly biking still.
We did the math, and come graduation, Katie will have ridden around 3,240 miles to and from school and high school.
I wouldn't do it all the time if I didn't enjoy it.
I'm Lexi Morgan, back to you in the studio.
Good job, Katie, sticking with that tradition through all this harsh Michigan weather.
Next year, Katie will be attending Kettering University to study to study mechanical engineering. Good luck in your future.
We have many exceptional students here at Saline that dedicate much of their time to keeping up their grades. And on May 20th, Saline High School will be congratulating underclassmen and juniors during the annual undergraduate awards ceremony. Awards will be received based on their academic score.
Thanks everyone for all the positive feedback on the last installment of Do Let's Try It. Once again, Connor's up to his shenanigans. However, this time we left him in charge of the minds of our youth. Take it away, Connor.
So Mrs. Horowitz here is going to be teaching me how to teach it, actually. So dude, let's teach it. So today, what classes will you be helping me teach today?
So you will be helping me teach British literature and American literature.
British and American Lit, all right. Yo, how's yours going? Okay, looks sweet, awesome. Keep her up. Is there anything that you would like to say, any tips that you would want to teach me right before going into this?
That's a very good question. I think the most important thing about teaching, and something that not a lot of teachers who are young teachers might know, the most important part about teaching is not to be the sage on the stage, not to stand up in front and say, here are all my opinions and here's do this and do that, but to be more of a guide on the side.
Sure, how many paragraphs are you supposed to have? Like 20. You're getting there. So in total, what classes do you teach in general? What classes this year have you taught?
So this year I've taught British literature, American literature, and Shakespeare.
I don't know what I'm doing, but what's your favorite part of teaching?
My favorite part of teaching has to be the students. I love getting to know my students and seeing what they write and listening to what they have to say about what we read and seeing all their individual personalities interact in the classroom. It's the best part.
So that's a redo. Redo, okay? And we're done.
Should we dab at the end?
Yeah, just boom.
Well, I'm not sure the students learned much, but thank you, Ms. Horowitz, for allowing us to see what it's like to be a teacher for the day.
Well, that's all the time we have this week. I hope you enjoyed the show, and don't forget to follow us on Twitter at SHS Today. I'm Kyle Wagner.
And I'm Taylor Nunlee. Tune in next week for the annual SHS Today Senior Show.
Have a great weekend, Hornets.
Hornets.